MouseNJoypad.com bring you another original. It's fucking great.
Welcome to Mouse N Joypad's continued coverage of E3 2016. I'm Scott Davidson. Now, Bethesda is the conference that we're tackling now. Bethesda's conference was at about 3 AM British time. And I'll be honest, they didn't really seem to have enough content to warrant a full E3 conference. But let's start at the beginning, because that's where all good stories begin. The conference started with a teaser for Quake Champions. Now, we didn't actually see any gameplay. We were told that there will be fast 120Hz gameplay and unlocked frame rates. We got told that there will be unique characters that have got different stats and abilities, different perks, things of that nature. And it has been designed for esports in an expanding and competitive championship. I'm always dubious when we see trailers that don't actually have any gameplay. And I get the impression that Bethesda are possibly trying to capitalise on the success of Doom, another old game that was remastered or rebooted recently. And I'm in two minds about that, to be honest. We have been told that there will be more at QuakeCon, so that's something that you can definitely keep an eye out for. We then moved on to The Elder Scrolls Legends, which is a strategic card game. There's an open beta running at the moment that you can sign up for if you go onto the website and just keep an eye on your email. We saw a cinematic for that, the opening cinematic for the single player campaign, I suppose it would be called. It's a card game. You know, it looks okay. By all accounts, it's a card game. I mean, it's not going to be Hearthstone, but it's not quite Snap either, so read into that what you will. We did see some information on content for Fallout 4 that's going to be coming out, DLC and updates and things of that nature. There was a lot of little silly things, building conveyor belts, building tracks that you can put, it looked like big marbles down. There was one that looked very interesting, which was build your own vault. So you can actually go in, clear out an underground space, and then build yourself your own vault, which I think sounds like quite a good idea. I think that will be a big hit. And there was information on Fallout Shelter, which will be coming to PC next month, with a whole bunch of updates, a whole bunch of upgrades, new combat system, new enemies, things like that. And then the first non-surprise from Bethesda, because it was already rumoured, is the Skyrim Special Edition, which is in short a remaster of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Now, the comparisons that we were shown do look quite pretty. They've updated the lighting, they've upgraded the snow and water shaders, they've upgraded the depth of field. There's a whole bunch of things that they've done that really make it look spectacular. They did also say that mods will be available on console through the special edition. So that is, that seems to be what Bethesda are going for. They're very mod orientated, more power to them. I think it probably would have been better if they announced a remaster of that as well as Oblivion, but I realise that would be a lot of work. But I think that is kind of what fans were wanting. And then we moved on to a trailer for Prey, a psychological thriller. Once again, there wasn't a lot of gameplay. It looked pretty. There was really nice effects on the hair on the guy's arm, which is funny what you pay attention to. Once again, there wasn't really any gameplay, and that's what we keep coming back to with Bethesda's conference. I think that they've really stretched it out to make the full hour. But it will be coming next year to Xbox One and PlayStation 4, as well as PC. Once again, you can expect more at QuakeCon. On to Doom. Once again, I don't really know why we're going over games that have been out before E3, but this is what Bethesda have done. They have said that there's going to be 2 new modes that are coming in July, 3 free-for-all modes, as well as the Unto the Veil DLC, which will offer new maps, it'll offer a new playable demon, armor, skins, things like that. They have also said that there's a free demo. If you've not played Doom, you can play the first level free on PC, Xbox One and PS4, but it's only running this week. So if you've not had the chance to check out Doom, this is your chance. This is your moment to shine. And from there we come on to the Elder Scrolls. We saw a bunch of stats that are largely irrelevant. The game's 2 years old now. I know it only came to console last year, but the game is 2 years old. On June 23rd, they are going to launch Elder Scrolls Online in Japan. So that's going to open up a new market. They have also shown us the Dark Brotherhood DLC pack, which is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. And they did announce that they're going to launch One Tamriel. Now this is the big game changer. As soon as you finish the tutorial, they're going to get rid of the leveling system. So anywhere you go in the Elder Scrolls Online, regardless of whether or not you've been playing that long, you could have been playing an hour, you could have been playing 500, you will be able to match with players and go on any quest. That will open it up because Elder Scrolls Online is a bit of a grind when you begin, but there is the concern that you may well, if you're going on a difficult mission, you may well be faced with being in a party that should be very good but consists of people that have been playing the game for 45 minutes. So I think that may be a double-edged sword. And then this, I'm not joking, it's on my notes. Blink-182 were playing at the conference after they went off air. This is why I think Bethesda didn't have enough. They spent a good 3 minutes of an hour conference on Blink-182. Yeah, they got a new album, they're going to be playing it. That's got nothing to... Anyway. From there, they did say that they're working on Bethesda VR. Now, it was something that was mentioned a while ago, back when VR was in its infancy. It still is in its infancy, but when it was, still almost prenatal, if you will. They had 2 games on play, 2 games to show using VR. There was a tour of hell in Doom, which you would expect because it's Bethesda and it's Doom. And they've also said that it's going to be available for Fallout 4. Now this, I think, once again, it's one of the proper pieces of news that Bethesda have come out with. Now that is going to launch next year, 2017, and that's coming to the HTC Vive. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually incorporates the gameplay of Fallout 4. I think that could be a big hit. And most of the conference was taken up by Dishonored 2. Now we saw 2 different sections of the game. We saw Emily and Corvo in a cutscene style interlude, if you will, giving you a little bit of backstory into the game, and then we saw some actual gameplay of Emily. Now, there are 2 different characters, of course. You can play as either Corvo or Emily, and each character is going to have their own abilities, their own special stats. Bethesda have said that they want Dishonored 2 to be a painting in motion. Now, from the gameplay that we saw, the lighting effects do look brilliant. The animations still look kind of stiff, and it looks subtly wrong in terms of physics. I can't quite put my finger on it. There was a lot of wind turbines because that's going to play a big part of the power source in the new era in Dishonored 2. But it didn't look entirely natural the way it was going round. They have said that both characters are going to be fully voiced for the first time, and of course you do have the patented choice-based gameplay and open approach to each of the missions. One of the new abilities that we saw Emily has access to is an ability called Domino, where you can link enemies together, and essentially what happens to one happens to them all. This could be incredibly helpful if you're taking out a group of players, a group of enemies guarding a target. Instead of taking out 6 of them, link them together with Domino, take out one, and you're free to go. Dishonored 2 is going to launch on November 11th this year on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. Bethesda have also said that there will be a limited number of collector's editions. Okay, now, after what happened with Fallout 4, if you want a collector's edition, you better get off your ass and pre-order it, because they will sell out very, very quickly. And that was Bethesda's conference. There wasn't a great deal there, and I feel that this could have been achieved with a half-hour YouTube video uploaded at any point, rather than a full hour conference. But that's it. That's what Bethesda have given us. Make sure that you like and subscribe for more E3 news. Mouse N Joypad will be covering it extensively. And up next is Microsoft. Thanks for watching. I'm Scott Davidson.